Okay, I believe we're here. It's probably the third time I'm trying this. I don't know whether you can see it, but let's try it this way. I'm alone today, and this is the first time I'm trying to do live or something like that. My cue has not turned up because of some inconvenience, but I had to come. I'm 10 minutes late. I'm really sorry, but never mind. Let's see what we can do. And yeah, cheers with the evening tea that I promised. So yeah, it's a beautiful cup that I have, by the way. It's written Espoir, which is French, or hope in French, and I believe a student of mine had given me this Guru Purnima or birthday, I suppose. But yeah, so here I am, and good evening. Let's talk about Banaras Baaj. Now, before starting the thing, I would like to play a piece of music and then talk. I believe that would be exciting, and hence I have a setup here to play a short favorite qaida of mine of Banaras. Not qaida particularly, but maybe technically. So yeah. Please write to me about the sound that you're hearing, because I have nobody to go to. I will only be relying on your comments. That's my good evening wish to all of you, and today I am going to talk about my new campaign, which is going to be published from 2nd of August, which is a Friday, the first Friday of August, and henceforth in each Friday you will be having one new episode of Banaras Baaj, and it'll be only coming on my YouTube channel. I will surely, share the link of all my episodes on each date in my page. So keep following my page. Please do subscribe in my YouTube channel, which is called Rohen Bose. I am coming up with more new projects for only social media, and I hope you will enjoy. Now, coming to Banaras. Banaras is probably one of the oldest cities, and it has myths around it. It has a lot of history, known history, pre-assumed history. So let's not get into it. But the most interesting part of Banaras that I felt, which attracted me, is they have very interesting people in this area living. Uttar Pradesh, the state in which Banaras belongs, is probably one of those states which include the most religious places in India. With Vrindavan, Mathura, and all the religious history of India has most of it in Uttar Pradesh. And so Banaras is one of the, it takes a very special role in the whole thing, because Banaras has sheltered some of the greatest monks, thinkers of India. So that vibration always stayed there. I have been to Banaras. The first time I went to Banaras, it was quite late. I started traveling very late, and I read about Banaras. I had friends reading about spirituality, reading books about spirituality very often, and I heard from them things that happened in Banaras, myths, academic history, everything. And then finally I was taken to this huge conference, which is the Sankat Mochan Sangeet Samaroh, and not to perform, just to witness the whole phenomena. It was a concert of my father and my uncle, and I was taken there. At that point of time, there was no airport, so we went in train, probably Bibhuti, I guess, Bibhuti Express or something. It was a different experience. I went there. There were a whole lot of people. We all went together, and it was fun. We stayed in this hotel which we no more stay in. My uncle used to stay there at that point of time, but he doesn't stay there anymore. It was called Hotel Gautam. I think people from Banaras who are watching this can actually relate. He used to stay there because Guru Dadu or Maharaji, Pandit Kishan Maharaji, used to stay, in that area which was close to this hotel, so it was convenient for him. So we used to stay there, and it was 5 or 6 days long conference, all night happening, and it was very difficult to actually, actually maintain that lifestyle for 6 days. All night you listen to music, all day you roam around Banaras in that April heat. You go to Dadu's house, Guru Dadu's house, or Maharaji's house. You actually see a legend being taught by his guru, who is a history in himself. So it was a different experience. Not that I really understood who these people were. I did not understand the weight of the personality, but I knew that he was somebody. He had that kind of vibration. So later I realized what I actually saw, and we had a lovely time roaming around Banaras, especially in the evening time, because we had a walk from Assi Ghat to Manikarnika. It was a long walk, but it was really nice. So, and that time I realized that Banaras, the people of Banaras, or the emotions that Banaras has, it's very well reflected to this Baaj of its. It has a very contradictory, contrast personality of immense roughness, yet packaged into packaged into this new avatar of sweetness and emotions, which is somewhere in it, but it also has that a royal, majestic feeling or approach. It's like a very chivalrous king falling in love. It's a story of a very chivalrous warrior falling in love with a beautiful lady. And I have always imaged Banaras Gharana that way. So yeah, in this context, I would say I would not say, rather I would just check the comments that whether you're having a good time with the music or I should actually change things. Trito Brutasina says, Kya baat, thank you. Devoshmita, my trainer. Thank you. Ustab Das, thank you. More people. My God, there are lots of people. I would be answering all day. Anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody for watching this. I hope you're enjoying. Time for some music. I was talking about the royalness and the majestic feeling. I connect this feeling with this bowl, which is this is a very traditional Gat Qaida of Banaras Gharana. There is somebody calling me repetitively, so please comment here rather than calling me, because I can't take your call. So this is a very traditional bowl of Banaras, and I would recite it first for you because you will actually relate to the things that I'm talking. It has a very royalness in that composition and the interpretation, and we always find emotions in tabla bowls, right? So somewhere down the lane, it's a kind of language that we have turned these syllables into to express our feelings. There are several types of languages. I'll come to it after I play this for you. So this bowl says Dha tete 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 ghade nagar dene tak. Dha tete 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 ghade nagar dene tak. Trigradhat tete tete ghade nagar dene tak. Trigradhat 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 tete tete ghade nagar dene tak. Ta tete 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 ghade nagar dene tak. Trigradhat tete tete ghade nagar dene tak. Trigradhat 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 tete tete ghade nagar dene tak. Dha tete 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 ghade nagar dene tak. Trigradhat is the expression of that royalness. Let me play it to you. So yeah, thank you. So this was the bowl. As I was speaking, that Banaras Gharana, or any Gharana that we look up to, they have actually come up with interpretations, because interpretations are the things that separate Gharanas. We call it a style of playing or something like that. Yeah, there are of course technical things that also divide. There are applications of such newer intricacies or technicalities which make the Gharanas different from each other. But mainly, if I question you that why do you need such technicality, why are you applying them? They apply it because you look up to a different interpretation, and those interpretations come up in search of expressing yourself. It's a call for expression, and this expression is a very deep reflection of how you are, the cultural history that you belong to, the culture that you're brought up in, everything possibly about you. You try to express through that. If you're a rough person, rude person, you will probably land up playing a very rude sort of tabla, which is true for any form of art, because form of art is just a reflection. Now the interesting thing about tabla is they have really come up with interpretations to express themselves, which in turn actually made this language of tabla. Now I call it the language of tabla. People may call it anything. I call it language of tabla because someday around I had to write a paper on it, and I thought that this would be a very lucrative name, suggestive name for it. So it was fine with me. So I call it the language of tabla, like the other languages. But if you've ever heard of how languages get structured, it's exactly how the language of tabla got structured in some ways. This bowl Trekadet can be interpreted in different ways. That's the liberty in language that we have. So we can say Trekadet, and we can also say Trekadet. So Trekadet, go away, Trekadet. We can also say that. So and therefore we can also say go away in several dimensions. If you're in a sorrow and you're telling somebody to just leave you alone, you won't say go away that way. You will just say just go away. It will just make you comfortable. And otherwise you're angry on somebody, you say go away, damn, get out, that way. So it's the same words, two words, and it has different interpretations, and that's how exactly we are actually interpreting Trekadet in this building of bowls to interpret something. Anyway, lots of deep things. But this is what I am talking about also in my campaign. I have spoken, I have recited bowls, explaining their interpretations, explaining their relevance. So please follow. And once again, because it's a very promotional Facebook Live, I am told that I should mention that please do follow my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. And if I last that long in this social journey, I may also come to Instagram for you with some amazing photographs, because I love to take photographs, but I don't love to post them. Anyway, coming back to this thing, we have spoken about royalness, but what about the sweetness of Banaras Gharana? And I have this bowl here, which again is like a conversation. It's like two Banarasis having a conversation. And that's how they speak, very sweetly. And this bowl somewhere resembles that persona. It's like, and the other guy says, and it's actually being played similarly. we at least try to play it similarly. The masters have actually created that aura by playing this. I don't know, I don't even expect that from myself. It's just that I am having fun with the sound history of my gharana. What's the tempo? It's 100. I guess you're not having any problem with the sound of my tabla, and you check the comments. Wait, somebody said, oh, was not about Kabir Chaura. Okay, I will definitely say. Okay. No, there hasn't been any complaint around the sound, so I'm really happy. Yeah. God knows how much of practice. I've been playing this guy for such a long time, and suddenly because it's electronic, it didn't come. And that's what exactly I'm talking about in this campaign. That it's this profession or the life of a musician is actually a journey of salvation through the way of practice. There are several ways of salvation or enlightenment in our world, but we have a privilege of enjoying the process, which probably other ways don't have. We enjoy the music that we play, we practice, and one day maybe it can lead to a salvation. But the main point in it is to not have that expectation, which is the toughest part. But I don't think I have that. I'm happy having my tea and good and having fun with you, probably. So yeah, somebody said, I think it's Nobarunda who said that he wants to know about Kabir Chaura. I would say that I live in Bagbajar, which is northern part of Calcutta. If there are any people watching from abroad, I may tell you that this is the northern part of Calcutta, and probably the place from where Calcutta began. This area was actually called Sutanuti Govindupur, and that's why Shobha Bajar is also called Shobha Bajar Sutanuti. So I'm not getting into deep academic history. I'll come to the point why I'm saying this, that because we have a river just in walking distance, it has a very similar feel or a resemblance with Banaras. And Kabir Chaura is a place where the maestros of the earlier age of Banaras, of course, Pandit Shanta Prasad ji, Guru Dadu, Pandit Kishan Maharaj ji, he didn't build the house, of course his father did, Pandit Kanthe Maharaj ji, Kanthe Babba, Pandit Rajan Sajan Mishra's old home, or the original home that they used to live in. All the maestros, Anokhe Lal ji, Pandit Anokhe Lal Mishra, everybody lived in this same area, which was interconnected with a maze of gullies, the gullies of Banaras, or the, what do you call gullies in English? I don't know. I think the alleys probably. So these tiny alleys, they were all connected through these tiny alleys, and you just have a walk through those alleys, and you can actually hear somebody, some maestro, not somebody actually, some maestro singing or doing his practice, and then you move on to some other house and you can hear probably Anokhe Lal ji playing something. And this was the flavor of this area at some point of time. Now it's a bit scattered because people have moved from Banaras. Some people, majorly the maestros, have moved to Delhi. But the area remains like that. Whenever we go, we mostly have our visit to Maharajji's house because he was our family guru, and we are supposed to go there. So we go there and we meet them, and then after the meeting we come and have a walk in those alleys because it takes you back and somewhere makes you feel where you belong. At least makes me feel where I belong. A similar feeling also comes to me in this house that I am sitting right now. This is in Bagbajar, and the other side of the wall of this particular room is this is the 5 numbered house. 5 numbered house of this lane, which is Gobind Charkal lane, and the 7th house, which is just the next one, is one of the greatest one of the house which has one of the greatest history, in Calcutta, because it's the house of Pandit Rohen Bose, who is a doyen of Indian music or Indian classical music in Calcutta. He's one of those people who have established and probably helped people know about it. He was the only Bengali man who was patronized by a king, and in that house that he used to live, he used to bring maestros, Hafiz Ali Khan Sahab, Ustad Hafiz Ali Khan Sahab, Ustad Firoz Khan Sahab of Punjab, and many such people, and artists from all over Calcutta used to come and learn from these people, because he could actually give them a place to stay in Calcutta. So they used to teach him, they teach the other people. They were friends of Anand Babu. And then Anand Babu's children, the legendary Pandit Shyamul Bose, Pandit Kamal Bose, Pandit Govind Bose. I can't name everybody. Everybody lived in that house. At the end of this alley, this Nobin Circle Lane, there was a house where Pandit Shankar Ghosh used to live, and he used to live in that was a rental apartment for him. Later he shifted to the South Calcutta, but he used to live there, and he had his struggling days in that house. So there's also, I don't know if it's a myth or it's truth, because I've never verified it, but he had TB while practicing. He was so poor, he couldn't feed himself well, but he was doing so much of practice. He had TB, and something really, life-changing, these facts. There was also a saying in our Para that Para means the locality, and there was also this saying that you don't worry about tablas here. If you have a broken tabla, you can anyway get into any house of this locality and get a good quality tabla. That was the musical environment that my father and my uncles grew up in. I think my father also said this in my documentary, in the documentary that I made of my uncle, Guru. It's there in YouTube. It's called The Walk. You can have a watch if you want to. My father said that this environment was just there for them. But later do they realize that it was probably because of this that they could actually absorb so much of music, and they actually grew up with the wide musical acumen, because there was no bindings. They never observed music as something that is to be done. It was like something that is to be lived. So so that's Kabir Chaura, and probably I still fortunately live in a place which is a version of Kabir Chaura in Calcutta. I can just walk to the Ganges and have a cup of tea. I don't know for how long will that stay, but it's amazing. Thank you for reminding me this. Let me check the comments. Somebody has written a long thing in Bengali which I can't read from this distance. So I'm sorry I can't reply to that. I'll reply to it once the live is over. Somebody has written Ektu Bajao Shuni. I am playing, but not everything, because you'll have to listen to the campaign. I'm playing things from that campaign. Okay, somebody said Ektu sound ta bada please. It's Rakesh da. Okay. Yeah. Probably I can just bring this closer, but I don't know if that will help, but it cut me off from the frame. So maybe I'll play a bit louder. So coming back to Banaras Baaj, which is a campaign that I'm going to start from 2nd of August on my YouTube channel. This is the live that I'm doing to promote that. Very straight. But I think we are having fun. thanks to Banaras Baaj campaign, at least we had this reason to come together. So yeah, I would play something that's not there in Banaras Baaj, and probably end our conversation or the live. And this thing is not there because I have played a different version of Dhenegene, but Dhenegene is a very integral part of Banaras Gharana. There are so many compositions. I will play a long piece and would end this live. I guess it was okay. You had fun because I was all alone. There is nobody to help me, and I'm doing this for the first time. So there may be some technical problems, but definitely I'll come again in some few days. I'll come with some of my friends if I can. I'm trying, but we'll have fun, and definitely watch Banaras Baaj. You can follow me in Facebook. I'm in the name of Rohen Bose, my name in Facebook, and please do subscribe me in YouTube. It's Rohen Rendezvous, my project, and from that I'm doing this campaign which is Banaras Baaj. It's coming from 2nd of August. It will have 8 episodes, which will go on for 2 months, because I will be posting 1 episode every Friday, and it will go on that way. There will be more promotional stuff, more collaborations on this subject with different people I'm trying to. So please have a watch on this space, keep me following, and if all goes well, I may also come to Instagram and probably have some good photos, post photos of maestros, of things that are rare from my collection or our family collection. That is, I'm not still sure of, but I'll try. It's a huge lot of work, but surely I'll try. So yeah, please follow me, and I'll be back soon with more exciting stuff. So yeah, my last piece, it's a Dhenegene thing, and I will end it with a composition of my grandfather. My grandfather, he had this chakradhar. It has a very beautiful, bani or syllables that we call. It had very interesting syllable combinations, fit in very interesting structures, and I think I will recite it before I start playing. And it goes like Tirikata Ghinna Gadigina Dhatina. So Tirikata Ghinna Gadigina Dhatina Kate Dha. Tirikata Ghinna Gadigina Dhatina Kate Dha. Tirikata Ghinna Gadigina Dhatina Kate Dha. Tirikata Gadigina Dha. Gadigina Dha. Kate Kata Gadigina. Tirikata Gadigina Dhati Dha. Dha Tirikata Gadigina Dhati Dha. Dha Tirikata Gadigina Dhati Dha. Dha Gadigina. Tirikata Ghinna Gadigina Dhatina Kate Dha. Tirikata Gadigina Dha. Gadigina Dha. Kate Kata Gadigina. Dha is a top deal, by the way. So yeah, just let me fit the tempo. Yeah. Famous and traditional Bart or a sort of composition of Banaras. All the legends have probably played this. sorry, it was live, had to handle so many things. These are not excuses, just mere idiosyncrasies of mine. I'm sorry, but yeah, I hope you had fun. We had a cup of tea together, and there will be more such cup of teas in the morning and in the evening, and there will be more of music. But before that, please, if you like it, please do follow me in Facebook and subscribe my YouTube channel, Rohen Rendezvous. You can also type Rohen Bose and it will come. So please subscribe my YouTube channel. I'll be there with some great stuff very soon. Apparently it's Banaras Baaj, a campaign on Banaras culture and Banaras Gharana of Tabla. I'll be speaking, I'll be playing, and there will be 8 episodes coming from 2nd of August. 2nd of August. It's a Friday, and from then on every Friday we'll have 1 episode of me speaking and playing things from Banaras Gharana. So see you soon, and yeah, good evening, and have a great day, whatever is left. So have a great Sunday. Thank you.